During the pandemic, we've been living in a mobile tiny house that we built ourselves. Now that travel has started up, we decided to go to Europe. Today is the first leg of that journey. Our mission is to prepare and store our house at an RV storage place before we fly to Europe. We don't even know if they'll accept our tiny house on wheels.
We have no idea if we're even going to be able to actually store the tiny house.
If that wasn't enough, we also only have 24 hours to do it. We have created a list with the things that we need to do before we leave, and then also the things that we have to take care of at the storage place.
So right now, pulling out our bag for our next trip. So what we're doing right now is we are parking the tiny house. We're storing it in Arizona, and we are going to Europe for 3 months. I'm so excited! Yes! We're doing the ultimate winter European experience.
Now that we've prepped the tiny house, we're now ready to drive to the storage place. But first, we had to make a few stops to make sure we had everything we needed. And also, Greg finds something he's been looking for that will hopefully come in handy for our trip to Europe. Today we are driving our tiny house to the storage place. But first, we have one place to stop. We need to get a cover for our tiny house and then also tire covers.
So
what do you need?
Slow. The pumps here are so slow. We've got like a 50-gallon tank.
No, it's like 34. The reason it's slow is because I have the TSD card, which if you don't know what that is, it gives us access to fill up at truck stops. But for some reason, it's not working, and I just have to call and get it fixed.
Another guy asked me, hey, is that you cook out of that thing?
Yeah, for some reason, the past week, we've got a lot of people asking if our tiny house was a food truck.
You cook ribs out of that thing? Make sure we pull out of here nice and slow.
Get on there.
Too fast. Our next adventure.
So, as I mentioned before, right now we are driving to store the tiny house. And then we are going to drive from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way back to Florida.
These goggles are a hint. I've been looking for these goggles for 2 years, and I haven't seen them. We've been into ski stores with all this amazing equipment. Hello, Taylor. And couldn't find them. Just found them in an Arizona gas station for 13 bucks. Perfect.
Only thing though is that the quality, because Greg does break things, so
yeah,
we'll see how long these last. But they were 14
I don't
bucks.
break things. Wheel covers.
Okay.
We need 4. Looks like it's got like side zips and stuff. If it's too big, that's not a big deal. But if it's too small, there's nothing we can do about that.
Right. Careful.
Time to check out.
Nice hat there. Oh dear. It's on.
Got our wheel cover and our cover, a little bigger than usual. So we're gonna now head on over to the storage place. Meanwhile, our daughter is wah. This hot Arizona sun. Wah.
It's so hot. My puppy water. Now that we have our covers and Greg's new goggles, it's now time to store the tiny house. Hopefully, we don't run into any problems.
I'm just gonna pull up to the gate like we're pulling in.
Okay.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission. What's the code?
I don't have a code. I haven't checked in yet.
I haven't checked in a tiny house for storage before. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
All right, so let's see how this goes.
So we just arrived to the RV storage place. We have no idea if we're even going to be able to actually store the tiny house. I mean, I see no reason why we couldn't store it here. We haven't had any problems so far, but We'll see. Hannah's in there right now talking to the guy. Hopefully they'll let us park it. If not, our next adventure might have to wait.
So we checked in, and after the initial like, what is that type thing, we're good to go. So we are now pulling into our spot. We are going to fit in a 23 foot spot, so we should fit. Because the spot behind us, there's no one there yet. Greg gets to pull through the spot versus backing in. We just fit in the spot. So now we've got some things to do. We've got to get our stuff out of the house that we want to take to Florida and also Europe. And we also got to change our composting toilet. We kind of waited to the last minute to do that. And we got to inflate the tires and cover the tiny house. I'm just going to look at my checklist and we're just going to get this done.
Hello, Cleanie.
Make some space, right? Or just get rid of the
Make
stuff.
some space, people!
While we're working hard, Taylor's just chowing down on her snacks.
Didi.
That's trash.
Wheel covers on? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, so now we are putting the cover on top, and it's not a ton of clearance on top. This is supposed to fit on like these fellas. There it goes. Bye-bye sign. You're stuck.
I'm caught in here. I hope I don't pass out or fall through. Alright, you can put the ladder back.
All right, watch your head.
Alright, should be good.
It has been a long day. So we are going to head to the hotel, which is, thank goodness, just down the road.
Oh my gosh, look what we found. It's a tiny house.
I thought we were the only one.
Oh my god, I'm blind! Alright, on our way back to Florida, hotel stop number 1. This place is huge.
Full kitchen that I'm not gonna get to use.
We are not used to this.
It's so
For sure.
big. Oh my gosh, it's so
Wow.
big.
This room is 3 times the size of our tiny house.
It was really late, but we did check off a couple things. We changed our composting toilet. If you want a little bit more detailed video on the process, we actually did a video on that. We did that. Cleaned the truck bed. We covered the tiny house. Did you lift the trail up? So we did do this as well. There I go. That's done. So yeah, the only thing big off the list is that we did not wash the tiny house. Not bad. List is complete.